The servant couldn't bring himself to kill the babies, so he put them into a basket and set it afloat on the river. He was sure that the babies would be carried away and drowned as the king had commanded. But the river was kind and gently landed the basket on solid ground. Although the twins didn't drown, they were still in great danger. If they didn't starve, wild animals might eat them. Miraculously, according to Livy, a she-wolf, coming down from the hills to quench her thirst, turned her steps toward the cry of the infants and nursed them so gently that the keeper of the royal flock found her licking them with her tongue. When the herdsman found Romulus and Remus, he took them home. He and his wife raised the boys as their own. The twins grew to be brave, manly, and noble. They roamed the countryside like ancient Robin Hoods, often saving innocent people from danger and persecution. Romulus and Remus eventually discovered who they really were and decided to found a new city near the Tiber River where they had been rescued as babies. But the brothers didn't get along very well, and they disagreed about where the city should be built. They tried to settle their argument through divination, using the path of birds in the sky to figure out the wishes of the gods. They decided to watch some vultures flying overhead. Romulus tried to trick Remus, pretending to have spotted more vultures than he actually saw, and then Remus made fun of Romulus. The brothers got into a fight, and Romulus killed Remus. Romulus buried his brother, and then, with his followers, built a new city on the Palatine Hill and circled it with strong stone walls. As the city grew, it eventually enclosed 7 hills and took the name of its founder, Romulus, or Rome. The Romans dated everything that happened after that from the founding of the city in 753 BCE. For more than 1,000 years, they used a calendar that began in that year. Some Romans claimed that Romulus and Remus were the sons of Mars, the god of war. Later Romans believed that this connection to Mars explained Romulus's cruel attack on the Sabines, a tribe that lived in small, unprotected villages near Rome. Romulus was convinced that Rome would become great through war, so he pretended to invite his Sabine neighbors to a festival. But then he led the Romans in a sudden attack. The soldiers seized 30 unmarried women and ran off, taking the Sabine women home as their wives. The reaction of the Sabine men is easy to guess. They set out to rescue the women. They attacked the walled city of Rome. A fierce battle between the Sabines and the Romans raged until a strange thing happened. Torn between love for their Sabine fathers and brothers and their love for the Romans who were now their husbands, the Sabine women ran onto the battleground. With desperate cries, hair tumbling to their shoulders, and infants in their arms, they begged the warriors on both sides to stop killing each other. Moved by the women's words and tears, the men called a truce, and the two peoples became one. So what do we discover about the ancient Romans from these stories? For one thing, they believed that many gods were involved in their lives. Often a hero or leader, such as Aeneas, is believed to have had one mortal parent and one immortal one. This would explain why the gods cared so much about Rome, its beginnings, and its continued success. The first Roman histories give varying, sometimes contradictory stories about the distant past. For example, the 2 very different legends about Rome's founding. That's because these tales began in prehistorical times, before people began writing down their histories. Storytellers passed the tales down orally for hundreds of years.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.